I was about to commit suicide.
It was a year ago when Ludovic Leclerc began hallucinating about hanging himself. He was a manager for France Telecom, and he'd just been told he'd failed to achieve corporate goals, a common enough experience in the working world. But Leclerc claims that in the case of this giant company, undermining employees is a deliberate management strategy, one that has led to suicide.
I knew that what I will do won't be successful.
So you were basically being set up to fail?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
3 years ago, France Telecom began a massive reorganization, cutting 1/5 of the workforce. Since then, employees have been going to a lot of funerals, with 26 suicides in the last 18 months, a suicide rate slightly higher than that of France overall and far higher than in the United States. Most often, work isn't the reason for suicide. But in these cases, many of those who have committed suicide or who have attempted suicide at France Telecom have directly blamed the company and management for creating working conditions that made their lives intolerable. The suicides and dozens of attempts are happening all over the French network. Suicide notes tell similar stories, blaming constant pressure to resign, impossible goals, frequent forced relocations, and chaotic reorganization. This woman jumped to her death from her 5th-floor office window after she was told her job was changing yet again and that she was being assigned to another new boss. "I'd rather die," she wrote. Lionel Dervin stabbed himself in the stomach at work after his manager told him he no longer had the skills the company needed.
Vous êtes dans votre bulle.
You're in your own bubble. Too bad, it's a bubble without oxygen. You understand? You just can't live anymore.
The company's CEO, booed by employees after yet another suicide and pressured by the French government to stop the deaths,
de suspendre immédiatement,
has had to announce a suspension of job transfers and corporate reorganization, at least until the end of the year. But suicide attempts at the company continue, and no one thinks those measures will put an end to this epidemic anytime soon. Sheila MacVicar, CBS News, Paris.